Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son, and the producer of this show. Tonight's title, Upgrade Your Allowance. I've got something helpful to share, but before I do, a quick announcement to everyone who's out there. Be sure to say something in the chat, whichever platform you're on, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, any of those. Be sure to say something in the comments or the chat section so I can see you're here and I can put you in line for a reading. The first time there's no charge, so don't be shy. Going forward after that, it's just $10 per card, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month for readings, which I think is a great deal since we run 3 shows per week. That's normally Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Now, quick thought before I turn it over to Christopher for the evening's readings. It's that for any manifestation to successfully appear in our lives, one critical element or ingredient in the recipe is to allow that experience. Imagining the experience, like we discussed last time, is helpful. An even more powerful driving factor in this creation recipe or just reality itself are the feelings that we have. Now, if something makes us feel a certain way, then by actively emitting that same feeling, we can have the associated experience. So, thanks for listening to me. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Hey, great blessings to you this Wednesday evening. Every show I start with lighting the incense for you. And this is a prayer, this is a energy that goes out to you for your benefit. And in this case, it's increasing your allowance. So this is blessing you with, helping you with old patterns that no longer serve you to your best and highest, to absolutely be released, more freedom to express yourself, and to take the necessary steps for your best and highest into the unknown. So, thank you all for being here. So far we've got Marilyn Pitts, Dawn Cox, welcome Dawn, Laura Seigert, Karen Hill, great to have you Karen, Abby, Marilyn, Heather, great to have you as well. I look forward to your reading this coming weekend, Heather. It's going to be really good. So, if you have any questions, let me know. But I'm pretty excited. We do have a new sponsor for the show, which is, if any of you have done, podcasts or this type of show, it quite a bit of energy goes out. And so one of my clients started working for this company. It's a brand new company. So what I'm doing this week and next week, for those of you that make donations and watch the show, I put you in a drawing, and we're sending out a couple of cases of this F3. So it's all natural. There's no sugar in it. There's no harmful additives like other energy drinks. I'm not going to mention any, but Kenan and I have been using this now for a couple of weeks, and it's really, really amazing. So if you can type into the chat, Kenan, f3energy.com/Christopher LaPrath. And the discount code is 1MAGIC, just the number 1 and then magic, because there is just one magic, right? That's why we chose that. And
It's Christopher LaPrath.
Christopher LaPrath, yeah.
I had it.
It's okay. So I wanted to thank F3 and the people that are sponsoring the show and give them a shout out, but also wanted to offer it to you to be able to try it if you'd like to. Because I really feel like you can do spiritual work, but it's important to do brain work. Doing things that really help to improve your brain connections. You know, it's why I'm a big advocate for education, because it's not so much about memorizing facts in education. It's about who you become during the journey. Let's say of getting a degree, that type of thing. Many of you that are on the show that have worked in education or that have been to college or even taken certification courses or self-improvement courses know that it's just even sometimes the process that helps you grow. And that goes along with the group card tonight, which is a blessing for breakthroughs. You know, think about when the Olympics just finished and you watch these marathon runners or these racers. They pace, and then toward the end, they really speed up. And then when they cross the finish line, it's like a breakthrough. And we have a lot of those in our lives. And they're exhilarating and they're uplifting and they're building you up. So this is for you to look at these catalysts now that are coming into your life to give you more freedom. Old patterns dissolve. That is a requirement to transmuting and transforming. Old patterns have to dissolve. It's a requirement to transmute and transform. It is a requirement for growth to step into unfamiliar territory. I don't know, think about the first day that you went to high school. Think about the first day you drove a car. Think about anything you did for the first time. It was really nerve-wracking sometimes, and it stretched you. So this is about being able to stretch easily and comfortably. But please, blessing you to take the necessary steps into the unknown. This card represents lightning bolt transformations. So when you think about a lightning bolt, you don't see it coming. It's just boom, it's there. So you're right on the verge of lightning bolt transformations. Now I'm going to repeat this question maybe 3 times. So if you like, you can write it down. You can text me or call me, instant message me. But here's the question. What do I fear that I would have to confront if I wasn't distracted by the energy of doing? A lot of people are caught in the squirrel wheel of doing because they don't want to confront the fear. So they create a doing to distract themselves from facing a fear that they need to face in order to grow. So this card indicates a new partnership, a new business. Okay. So I'm going to Dawn. There's something coming down your pike. What is it that you would love to do? Are you willing to have the universe show you the possible in the impossible? So demand of the universe, show me now the possible in the impossible, or what you're viewing as impossible. There's something new coming down the pipe for you. This is like a lightning bolt for you, Don. Okay, my dear Marilyn, let's get started. You know, I've said this on the show before, but Marilyn and I have talked several times, and she goes, Chris, you know, sometimes on the show I can't even stay awake, and I just start laughing, because that is absolutely you going into, and this doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't mean that it's more potent than if you're listening, but some people, like I used to go to these seminars, and sometimes 3 or 4 people would be sound asleep, and the person that was putting on the seminar, Barb, if you've read my book, you know who Barb is. She would just kind of smile to herself, because they were still getting it, but they were able to get it on a different level that they needed to get it on. So, for you, Marilyn, and starting the group off tonight is perfect. It's success. So, what I'm getting is SUCCESS, but I'm getting emphasis on the CC. Look at your successes. Are you willing to let go of looking about how far you have to go, and just look behind you, just even glance behind you, and look how far you've come? Look at your successes. Look at your understanding. Look at your vibratory rate. Look at your gifts that are unfolding. Give me a second here. I'm going to pull up 2 cards for everybody tonight, because I need more information on this one, Marilyn. So anywhere, Marilyn, so this is the trust card. Anywhere where you, and I'm talking to everybody on the show now, so you know how some people have a fear of heights? This is more about so I'm wanting to deep breathe here. Any energy or where your brain is telling you, Marilyn, that okay, you know how when we're growing up as kids, as teenagers, we give policemen the respect. So whatever maybe a policeman says has got to be the God's truth, or whatever a priest says, or whatever a minister says, it's got to be the gospel, it's got to be true, and they are superior to us. I think you follow me on this. This is you now. I'm not you don't have to go out and buy a priest outfit or a nun outfit. But this is you understanding, letting go of the fear of heights. And I'm not talking about literal heights. I'm talking about elevating yourself up to letting go of the fear of, oh, I do know stuff, right? it's correlating it to saving Larry's life last year. When you did that, you called upon your training, you called upon your instincts, you connected with source, and all of those things came together and combined. You didn't stand there going, oh, somebody help, somebody help. Is there a priest? Is there a doctor? Hello? So I'm using that as an illustration, like step up, but giving yourself, trusting yourself. Wow, that was really good. Okay. All right, my dear Dawn. Here we go. Oh,
Were you going to do a second part for everybody? Or you?
I did.
Yeah.
So Marilyn, you got the success card and you got the trust card. Yeah, and Dawn, you got the fool child. You're the fool child. New beginnings. Think about, Estella's the oldest, right? Yeah. Think about when you first had Estella. You read every book. You went to all these classes. You interviewed, talked to other mothers. You went to the doctors. You talked to these professionals. But when it came right down to it, so this is kind of similar to Marilyn's card. When it came right down to it, you did birth that baby. Nobody helped. Nobody helped you birth that baby. And what a baby it is, right? What an amazing child. So this is asking you to do some research on what it is. You've got this thing been brewing now for weeks and months. You've got this thing germinating big time. Now do a little research. Go to talk. So I work for a university. I'll give you an example, Don, and I know you worked for a university too. But one of the things I tell these prospective students is, well, have you interviewed anyone? Let's say they want to go into drug or alcohol counseling. Have you interviewed anyone that does drug and alcohol counseling? Well, no. Okay, that would be the first step. Go look at business consultants. Ask them about this business. Talk to them. And what you're doing is you're beginning to network out there. And the universe, so the baby draws upon your energy, your lifeblood, your nutrients, right, as it grows. This is using it's like you're the baby and now you're calling upon the universe as the mother, right? Gaia, the mother. When you think of the universe, maybe think of it as a female to nourish this now more. And it's been doing it, but you're about to give birth. I'm not talking in a literal way. Okay. Yeah. And then the outcome is just ecstasy. It just is absolute ecstasy. It's not just, oh, this is nice. No, this is ecstasy, Don. Ecstasy. So if you recall, so I saw Jessica Marie came on and Lana came on. So this goes back, and this goes back to Marilyn and Dawn and everybody on the show. Remember, this group card applies to everybody. This is the breakthrough card where old patterns dissolve. It is a requirement. So Lana, for years you performed, and I remember when I was in like third grade. I was taking the bus home, and the school bus, and in the back, these girls who were much older, they were like in high school, they were all like chattering, oh my God, we went to see, Lana Sommerfeld, and she performed, and she was amazing. And I still remember this. And I wanted to make an impression. Here I was, a really important third grader. And I turned around and I went, that's my cousin. So, the reason I'm telling you this story is if you have a bad, if you're rehearsing with someone who's a bad drummer or a bad guitar player, you're not going to use them, right? So what this card is about for all of us is dissolving the old patterns. It's not easy to let somebody go that's not living up to what it is you want to create. It's okay to let those people, let those situations go. And that's necessary in order to transmute and to transform. Okay. Woo! Great show tonight. Wow. I don't know if yeah. There's a lot of energy moving. So thank you all so much. All right, my dear Laura. So Laura, can you look up the metaphysical properties of jade?
Yes.
There's something, Laura, with jade here that's really important for you. Kennan's going to look it up real quick. What's that? Yeah, so jade is associated with the heart chakra, and it's said to promote feelings of love, compassion, and self-love. It can also help people connect with their higher selves and feel a sense of unity with the world. So if you can, in the next few days, if you have jade, I'm getting that you do have some jade or have a piece of jade. I don't know if you inherited it or it was given to you, but it's important for you to wear or have this jade on you. It will help this self-love, this compassion. So that's this, and you can Google it, spiritual significance of jade. There's probably a lot more about this that may resonate with you. But I get, Laura, that so I was assigned as a missionary to Taiwan, and I knew nothing about Taiwan. They just assigned us. We didn't choose where we were going to go. They just, here, you're going to Taiwan. And so I actually had to do the research. So this is kind of like Dawn's, a little bit like Dawn's, but what's opening up for you is something that you actually didn't even have the capacity to understand or know that you wanted because of this self-love. So spirit, angels, God, Christ, however, the Christ consciousness, whatever it is that you term it, you're opening up now to where you have the capacity to even allow that. So the theme of the show was increase your allowance. It's increasing your value so that these gifts come through to you. Or this new way of looking at things that you weren't able to even look at because of the lack of self-love in the past. Now that you're able to look at it, and it's like it's like Alice in Wonderland, where other people couldn't see the white rabbit. Now you're beginning to see the white rabbit. Okay. Oh, this is so. Also, jade is emotional and physical well-being. It balances and harmonizes the heart chakra. It attracts money, and in Spanish it's called the piedra de Haida, or stone of the stone of the loin. So it also balances bladder and kidney issues. Okay. It also is protection. All right. And we've got another card for you. So I'm doing 2 cards for everybody tonight. Yeah, and so this is looking at rejoicing. When you were a little girl, what lit you up? It's like getting back to not just joicing, but rejoicing. I hope that makes sense, Laura. It's like this purity's coming in, and this purity of a child, having this amazing childlike quality is why you're so good with children. Okay, my dear Karen. Karen, you have a I don't know what this means, Karen. But this cat is coming through. You know, Catwoman. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Where the myth or the story goes that she died and the cats brought her back. There's something around. So you might want to look up the spirit animal cat. But it's not just like a house cat. It's like a jaguar. It's like there's a... So you might want to look up spirit animal jaguar. Okay. Kennan's going to look that up too, jaguar. And then I saw... yeah, so the spirit of the jaguar is the gatekeeper of the unknown. So for you, Karen, is take the necessary steps into the unknown. This is clearing the energy around doubting or fear of things not working out or what to do next. Release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that. Are you willing to do that? Do that. And then Jessica says, Oh, Jessica says she was given a red necklace.
Oh, red jade necklace, right.
Yeah, she was given a red jade necklace
Yesterday, just yesterday.
from Mexico yesterday. Okay, that. So I love this. This means sometimes that the group is gelling. Okay. So yeah, that is really awesome. So now you know why you were given it, Jessica. And again, I would look that up. I would do a little more research on that as well as Laura. All right. So the Jaguar is coming through for you. That's the Emperor card. I don't know. I don't know why the cat came through on an Emperor card. Don't call me on that one. I have no idea. It just like popped up. But it's like it's like King of the Jungle, right? It's yeah, it's that. Okay, Karen. And so I highly encourage you to pay attention to your prayers. Now, what is a prayer? It doesn't mean you're on your hands and knees, at your bedside. It can be, but your thoughts are prayers. What are you praying? This is you becoming more conscious of what you're putting out there. If there's worry, if there's fear, guess what you're going to get more of? You're connecting with that area of source that's going to give you what you're praying for. In any way, shape, or form, Karen, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that old pattern of fear, doubt, what? You're one of the most creative people I've ever met. Period. Okay. Abby and Marilyn, here we go.
She says she keeps praying to find a good job.
Okay. So make it present. I found a great job. I found a great job. I found a great job, Karen. I found a great job. And then Jessica says he pulled it after having.
Oh, he shows the Jaguar card. His percent Gabriel.
Oh, so Gabriel chose the Jaguar card yesterday. Okay. We're tuning in, people. We're tuning in. All right, Abby. Tower card. We've talked about this. This is old patterns dissolving. So tomorrow, do something that you've not done before. So this morning I woke up at 5 a.m. and actually went for a walk. Kenan bought me, I think it was for Christmas, those sandals that are they're called earth runners. They're very thin soles and they connect with the earth, and they have these, are they brass or copper?
Right, it's like a plug in
Yeah.
the sole of the shoe.
It's like a plug that's in the sole of these shoes. They're called earth runners. And Abby, I know you go barefoot most of the time, but I'm a huge advocate of these shoes. You will love them. They're called earth runners. Earthrunners.com maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I went for a walk and that, like, my alarm has gone off for years at 6:30. So for me to wake up at 5, it was a stretch, but I knew I had to do it. And so, for instance, I went to the eye doctor yesterday, and she's looking at me. She goes, "Oh, you have, I don't know what's called, pre-glaucoma." And I'm like, "Oh." So I started doing research. Well, exercise is a great deterrent for relieving pressure to the eyes. So that I'm getting up and I'm doing more exercise. So this is the Tower card, is the like dissolving old ways. And so when that happens, you can get sad or frustrated. And it's not that they're falling away. It's just that you get frustrated at, oh, I could have had a V8. All these years I could have had a V8. That's where the frustration's coming from. So that's releasing and clearing. Did I explain that okay? Did I explain that okay? Okay. So that's where that's coming from. But it's restructuring. Good point. Okay, Abby. Here comes card number 2. 2. Again, I release, clear, destroy, and uncreate thinking small. How about that? I release, clear, destroy, and uncreate no. I allow myself to be bigger. I allow myself, no, you don't want to gain 20 pounds. Let me rephrase that. I allow myself to think greater. It's safe for me to think greater. It's simply allowing. It's simply allowing. I allow my allowance to match my awareness. I allow my allowance to match my awareness. So that's the aspiration card. This is greater goals, like Dawn. Okay, then we've got Marilyn, Heather, Lana, and Jessica. So Marilyn, are you okay, so in our language, English, as you know, is very limited. It's safe for me to be psychic. It's safe for me to be psychic. It's safe for me to be psychic. And I highly recommend you do this as well, Abby, because the word psychic encompasses a lot of different gifts, but it's safe for me to be psychic. And then it's like, I am psychic. This is fully claiming and stepping up into your gifts. That's the moon card. This actually, Marilyn, came down through a lot of your dad's family. But your dad shut it down or kept it at arm's length. So you know how some of the best counselors are people that have gone through a lot of trouble. They've gone through a lot of pain. They've gone through a lot of stuff themselves. And so they can actually speak to it. It's like your dad's coming through and speaking to this. He goes, I know how and when and why and where I shut it down. And he's like coming through to encourage you now, because he's still learning, but he's a lot obviously more open to it because he's on the other side. And then, Marilyn, you've got the breakthrough card, which was the theme card for the show, but it's from another deck, right? Look at this. This is the other deck, which is the breakthrough card. And then you've got the breakthrough card as well here. I don't know how many lifetimes you've been a horse, but man, there's some horse energy coming through here, which is a major spirit animal. So look, just Google spirit animal horse. But this is a major breakthrough for you, major ahas. And then be free of underestimating the breakthroughs you've helped other people with. You're going to continue to do that in a bigger way. All right, my dear Heather. And Tiffany came on. Hey, Tiffany. All right, Heather. So there's a story in the Bible about the walls of Jericho. And they were impenetrable. And then Joshua was told, God told Joshua to blow the horns, and then the walls came tumbling down. I don't know. That was like an old church song I learned when I was like 4. But it sure helped that Joshua and his army didn't have to carry like pickaxes and dynamite to try to blow the wall down themselves. There's some, this is called the surfer. This is you aligning with source that brings the walls down, rather than you like narcissism is one of the biggest walls in our society today. This person has equated love to being fixed and someone else helping them and fixing them. And you're done with that. It's like you're opening up more to source and taking care of you and having spirit or energy source blow the walls down. And anywhere where you shut down your feelings to accommodate anything or anyone else, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? Remember, no is a full and complete sentence, all in itself. No. You know, Lana's next. But both Lana, but her mom, my aunt, who I talk about in my book as well, she had no problem to saying no. She didn't let anyone cross her boundaries. So that's where this feeler comes in. Your abilities are increasing in proportion to leveling up and having these other people drop off. Okay. All right, my dear Lanny. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your donation. It just helped tremendously. It just helped tremendously. Okay. This is the oppression card. Okay, so you know how pretty much every household has a junk drawer? A junk drawer. You don't actually do that. You have dividers. Like you like to know where things are at. And so, but you're actually you're breaking down walls. Like you've been doing. I mean, you're so capable. You've done ranching. You're been doing real estate for 60 years or more. All kinds of things, like all types of things. Hunter, amazing. And you're kind of combining them now. So when I told you, when you wrote that short story, and I told you what an incredible writer you are, it's being free of compartmentalizing that. It's not either or. Either I do real estate or I write. It's and you're an incredible entertainer, right? You have no problem with working all day and then going to play or sing or whatever. This ability to write of yours isn't separate. It isn't like you do it either or. It's like you combine it. Because Lana, you couldn't be in real estate. You couldn't be as successful as you've been without this ability to communicate. This is adding more to your drawer. And the drawer will still be able to close. You ever had I don't know.
No.
I was laughing about the blender, the mixer.
Oh.
Yeah, so in my junk drawer, Lana, I put the mixer. Like, the mixer that you mix up cake batter with. And the door would stick sometimes. But no, this is your ability to just slide in. This is your ability to write. Because these stories are... I mean, Lana, you could actually even open up your own Hallmark channel. Seriously, like, I can't wait to be able to share with all of you some of these incredibly inspiring stories Lana has. Okay. Did I pull 2 cards for Lana? Nope. I pulled the... Yeah, I pulled the oppression, and then I pulled one more Lana. Yeah, you know what? Oh my God, this is the preserver card. It's like you're preserving history. You're preserving these stories. You're preserving. It's like making popsicles. Remember when we had to make all our own popsicles? Couldn't go out and buy them. Well, you could. But I remember us making our own popsicles. This is you preserving these stories, but it's like congealed spirit. The stories are your congealed spirit. That 100 years from now, people will open up and, wow, the flavors burst forth. Okay, Jessica Marie, here we go. Um, so Jessica, one of your gifts is I don't care how strange this sounds, but you're okay. Let's say you have the air conditioning cranked down to 74 and somebody leaves the back door and the front door open. You go, how come this place isn't cooling down? Oh no, it's just my imagination. Okay, you got that? Got that, right? This is about it not being your imagination. Now, what I'm talking about here, there are such things as energy portals. You're an energy portal detector. If you're an energy portal detector, you can close, and there's a few in the place that you're at now that need to be closed. So any room that you go into, I don't care if it's at work or at home, that you start feeling a little bit off, know that somebody left the front or back door open. And this is like, close it. Absolutely close it. But then also, you can open the door for only your team. And this is you in the next few weeks really becoming more familiar with your team on the spiritual side. And then you've got the synthesis card. You're synthesizing, Jessica, who you are, not what you do. So this question I asked at the beginning of the show, what do I fear I would have to confront if I wasn't distracted by the energy of doing? So this is you letting go of this distraction of doing because of these hesitations. I won't even call them fear, but these like hesitations. See, that's why I went and got a master's degree. I wanted a master's degree because I wanted left brain people that haven't had a lot of spiritual experience to be able to go, well, he is educated. He doesn't have a master's. It's like using your education and using your training to bring in these spiritual gifts that you've been a little bit afraid of. So it's like letting go of it's rising above. I hope I'm making sense. Okay. All right, my dear Tiffany, I'm pulling 2 cards, 2 readings per person tonight because we've got a smaller show. This is the Lover's card. There's a partner coming in within about 6 months. What is 6? 5? Yeah, 6 months. So are you willing to really allow yourself to be loved? And anywhere where you've perceived that love has hurt you or that love hurts, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? Oh yeah. It's a change for the better. This is a change for partnership or new business. And once you decide to make the change, it's not about making the change, it's deciding to make the change. That like a phone call goes out to the universe, and then you've got the plumbers and the carpenters and the electricians and everybody showing up. It's like the Field of Dreams movie, Field of Dreams. Plus you've got people on the other side that will put a call out for you, that will absolutely support you. But it's this new opportunity in business coming along. Like right now, you're not able even to imagine how great the change will be or how good it will be for you. But it's absolutely amazing. Okay, I love you all. Let's do this again Sunday. And if you go to f3energy.com/Christopher LaPrath, you can get a 10% off on if you put in the 1 magic. It's the number 1 and then the word magic, no spaces, and that's the discount code. All right, what an incredible night. Major life shifts going on tonight, so thank you so much for being here. Love you all. See you Sunday.